Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Today, again, we are live in one more live session. Today, we are going to see the opportunity for mechanical installation engineers who are planning to move to Canada, whether it could be a permanent residency or a work visa. Then, this video is for you. So, as a mechanical installation engineer in Canada, there is a lot of job opportunities available in multiple sectors, especially like manufacturing, construction, energy, and even you can work as a installation engineering as a consultant. In today's live session, we are going to see three major topics. So, if you are going to work as a mechanical engineer in Canada, especially in the installation and service industry, you should have to know what's your roles and responsibility and what set of qualification and the experience the Canadian employer will look into your resume or in your past experience. And the last one, we are going to see the major part of this live session is salary range. Before we are going into the major section, I would like to talk about how is the job market outlook for a mechanical installation engineer. Actually, the current mechanical engineering openings that includes specialization in installation or generally in good demand in major provinces like Ontario, British Columbia, and Alberta. Also, if you are working as an installation engineer, your job will be mostly on the road. So you will be moving from one site to another site on a day to day basis or a weekly basis. The recent Canadian government job report that indicates that there are job opportunities for a installation is currently widely open all over the Canada. The reason for this job openings, especially because of the infrastructure development, manufacturing growth, and the energy sector, contribute to this high demand job opening. So, if you are a installation engineer as a Canadian employer, what they can expect you from the job's roles and responsibility. Let's see one by one. As a mechanical installation engineer, the following task will be your daily task. The first one is planning and designing. If you are working for any business as an installation engineer, you have to be plan well and also you have to contribute for designing of the equipment or manufacturing part. So you will be reviewing the project specifications, drawings, and a plan to understand the scope of work. For example, if a customer wanted to install a hydraulic lifting equipment, so when you are working on that project, you have to be well planned and also ask lot of questions from the customer what set of hydraulic lifting equipment they are expecting. So you have to be planned well, and it's mostly if your company on specialized on hydraulic, then you can recommend the right product or the right equipment for the customer. So this is the first phase of the job, planning and designing. And the second one, it could be the supervision or a coordination. So if you are working as a mechanical engineer, you have to oversee the work of contractor, technician during the installation process. Before you are going to install any equipment, you need a multiple trade or contractors who need to coordinate with you to execute the job. So as an installation engineer, you need to be aligned with the other trade people and the contractors to get the job done on a set time of deadline. If you are installing any equipment, you have to make sure that the equipment quality and the operation meets the customer's requirement. For example, if you are installing any hydraulic equipment, you have to be inspecting the complete installation to verify and to make sure that design specification and the quality standard are match what the customer has been ordered. And in case if you are doing the installation, if the equipment is not performing what the customer has been requested, then you have to do a troubleshoot, or you have to do some modification to fix the issue and hand over the equipment in a proper engineering document, especially providing engineering drawings or engineering software to the customer to run the equipment as per the customer requirement. So once your installation has been completed, you have to be coordinate with the customer on the test run or the initial production stage. You need to coordinate with the customer to see the equipment performance. Once the equipment performance meets to the customer requirement, then you need to prepare a proper handover document that including how the equipment works, or you need to create some SOPs, site instruction, and other relevant documentation. And you need to properly maintain these documents, and also you need to get the documents has been signed by the customer once the equipment has been handed over. So as a mechanical installation engineer in Canada, you have to have some specific qualification and experience. That's most of the Canadian employer will look into you. The first one, it could be your education related to the installation engineering position. If the installation engineer working on a mechanical equipment installation, obviously the employer may be expect a bachelor degree in mechanical engineer or a relevant engineering discipline from a accredited institution is typically required as a mechanical engineer to perform the installation and testing activities. Sometimes the company may accept even a diploma mechanical engineer. Also, even if you are a master degree in mechanical, still you can apply for this kind of job if you are interested to work as a installation engineer. And some equipments or some plant that need to be designed and need to be certified by a certified professional engineers to do the certification and to work this type of job title, especially p engineers. You have to be registered in the particular province as a trained or a professional engineer and get a certification from the engineering department. Once if you have a license on that p engineering, then you are eligible to do approval engineering drawings and suggesting a repair plan for any equipment or a process machineries that need to be repaired. To get a p engineering license, normally you have to completed your graduation program. After that, 3 to 4 year of experience in any one of the industry like manufacturing service or a engineering consultant business, you have a solid experience in those industry, then you can apply for this p engineering certification in Canada. If you are working as a installation service engineer or a mechanical engineer, most of the Canadian employer they will ask you special technical skill other than your graduation program. For example, if you are working in a designing department, you should have to be proficiency in CAD, solid work related type of designing software, and also you have to be well relevant code and standard, strong knowledge in the code and relevant standard Canadian standard, Canadian stands. So the last one we are going to see the salary range for mechanical installation engineer. Before going to salary expectation, we could see where you can find a job opportunity to become a mechanical installation engineer in Canada. Most of the job opportunities for any manufacturing installation equipment engineer or a service engineer, you could see a job opening in LinkedIn, Indeed, and job Canadian Job Bank career pages. Also, there is a lot of recruitment agency who is specialized in engineering and professional associate. They can help you to get a job, and you can work in manufacturing or a equipment installation company through the recruitment agency job advertisement. Also, you need to figure it out where the more job openings which is opening throughout Canada. So you can just go to the LinkedIn or Indeed, and you can select by city or a province to find the job opportunities from your experience or from your education background or a skill level. You can find the job opportunities. If you are working as an installation engineer in Canada, there is a three level of salary expectation you can expect. Mostly it starts with entry level, mid career, and senior level. If you have a 3 to 5 years of experience in a equipment or a plant installation engineering background, and if you are new to Canada or planning to move to Canada, and you don't have that much experience in Canadian market, so in the entry level you can expect a salary range from $55,000 to $70,000 per annum. Once you started your career in Canadian market, even within 3 to 6 months, there is a lot of job opportunity. You can move from one employer to another employer after you gain a Canadian experience, because you are already having a 3 to 5 years of experience before moving to Canada. So that 3 to 5 years of experience can give more opportunities once you gain the Canadian experience. So at this time, you can expect the mid level career as a salary range from 70,000 to 100 Canadian dollars per year. So if you are working as a installation engineer for few years in Canada, then if you wanted to move to the senior level program, for example, if you wanted to work as a regional service manager or a regional manager for equipment and plant installation manager, then you can expect a salary from $100,000 to 140 to $150,000, depending upon your experience, also the industry you are working on. If you are planning to move to Canada and if you don't know where to start your step to start this Canadian immigration or a Canadian work visa, this is the five step which you need to follow to get a job in Canada, or if you wanted to move to Canada with a permanent residency. So the first one should be your English language test, whether it could be a IELTS or a self-pip type of any language exam that you need to be prepared. And the second one is education qualification assessment. If you have any qualification, whether it may be a certificate or a diploma or a degree, that education need to be assessed by the Canadian Education Assessment Board. Also, you need to prepare the experience letters from your current employer or your previous employers. And the third step is LinkedIn profile setup. Once you got your experience certificate and you completed the English language test and you got your experience letter from your current employer or the from the past employer, now you are almost ready for moving to Canada 60 to 70%. So in this situation, you have to submit your profile on Canadian immigration website, and you need to see how much the English score that you need to achieve to become a Canadian permanent residency program that you are going to apply for. And this is the Canada job market report which has released few days before. Here you can see the opportunities that currently Canadian employers ready to offer a job offer. In Canada, the month of May, you can see the job opportunities from a sector wise. So you can see around 26,800 job has been opened in the construction industry in the month of May. Here you can see the employment changes in thousands. So if you go here and if you click the particular sector, here you can see around the numbers. It says 26.8, meanings 26,800 jobs has been opened in construction industry, and information cultural and recreation sector has been generated around 19,000 jobs. Transportation and warehouse, here you can see around 18,000 jobs has been created. Here you can see on wholesale and retail trade there is a job losses of around 35,000. Mostly this sector is most of the job loss has been happened in the month of May, as well as there is a job loss in finance, insurance, and real estate. In the current situation in Canada, most of the real estate market is going down, so people are not actively buying or selling their homes. That's the reason here you can see a big drop in real estate industry. And this one is a natural resource, especially a mining industry or a oil and gas industry. In Canada, most of the oil and gas that comes from the mine, especially if you are well known about Alberta province, there you can find a lot of job opportunities in oil sector. There is some positive sign in agriculture, and there is some positive sign in business building and support service. In my channel, I mostly covered manufacturing related job opportunities. So in manufacturing industry, in the month of May, you could see around 14,700 new jobs has been opened. And if you check the history of the manufacturing industry, mostly it will be stay in the positive direction. And I also talk more about the opportunities in healthcare and social assistant. Mostly, if you are working in a healthcare industry, to enter into the healthcare industry, it's little bit challenge if you are coming outside of Canada, because your experience and the education that need to be matched with the Canadian experience and the qualification. So initially, once you landed in Canada, it's very hard to enter in healthcare and social assistant programs. This professional, scientific, and technical service, here is the job opportunities for a software engineers or a professional service people, and this also giving some positive signs. You can see around 10,000 new jobs has been created in IT industry. If you want to see in detail about the job opportunities in particular sector, for example, if you wanted to know the construction job opportunity or manufacturing job opportunities, you can click this link which can direct you to the particular sector where you can see the job opportunities currently available in Canada. So currently, if you see in construction, you can see the last 5 month data. So you need to multiply by 1,000. If you multiply by 1,000, you can see around 160,000 jobs has been created in construction industry, as well as you can see the manufacturing industry. Sector wise, you can able to see the job opportunities which has created in the last 6 months. And if you are watching my channel this is the first time, I am releasing the job opportunities for a construction, manufacturing, healthcare related industry professionals. Also, you can see job opportunities for healthcare related industry also videos in my channel. And if you want to know the job opportunities, salary, and the sector where you can find lot of jobs, you can see the detailed video on my channel. And thanks for watching the today's live session. And if you have any questions or any doubt, you can just ask on the comment section, or you can send an email to my email ID so that I can reply to you. And if you are looking for a Canadian permanent residency or a Canadian job or a work visa, you can get my roadmap to Canada job market. So on that roadmap, you can find the detailed links which you can move to Canada with that roadmap.